Coach, this is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with their opponents.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Check 99. Check 99.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
Check.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And not much to speak of. Call it a one-yard gain up to the 26. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A handoff to Fournette. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
One left, one left.
44
From the shotgun, Wilson. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Double dog, that's the way.
40. Go. 36 power.
Wilson. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
On first down, Blount. Josh Jones in on the stop.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Rush it.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Aguilar has it. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
Kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, turn up. He's checking.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. He'll run it here with Blunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. To throw is Wilson. And Blunt has it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And this Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
Check 3.
They'll give Fournette another crack. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Wilson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. And what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Mike, where'd he go? 53, Mike. Who that?
A first down throw for Kaiser. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Robert Tonyan was the one he was looking for, and now it's third down. Kaiser to throw it. And that will be incomplete. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus of the whole
that's
thing.
true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Check. Run.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
Here's a give to Fournette. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
What? 280. Mike Bobo.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Kill.
On second down, here's Fournette. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. The Eagles on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Silence.
44, Mike. Check. I'm here all day. 44, Mike, 44. It's a party. Bobo's the Mike.
Throwing is Wilson. And it's caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
What? 380. that. 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike.
They'll go to Blunt. Try and pound it in. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. LeGarrette Blunt, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field.
Off the play fake, Kaiser. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Calais Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And the pressure gets to him again. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw is Kaiser. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Yo, 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 yo. Yo. 25, 25.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, and he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
14.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Tighten up. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Now Leonard Fournette. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 49-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got you.
And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
12. Run left. Motion to the backfield.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Jackson's got it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And an Eagle first down.
24 is the mic. Watch twist. Mark that.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
53, Mike, 53. Here we go.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And all the way down to the 29. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down, Kaiser. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Kaiser. Looking left side, and he's got Sternberger. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, Tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
On second and 11 now. Kaiser under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox, his second sack of the night.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now the throw. Third down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. They'll begin here with Blunt. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with three tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard.
Watch the twist.
This complete left side to Aguilar. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 27 yards there, a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Here's Bloom. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Eagles on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
I'm coming for you, 27. I'm coming for you. I'm coming. 19. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Check, Henry. Crunch.
Go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
You go, night.
Here's Wilson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 180.
Watch the out. Hey, alert 3.
Lock.
The first throw here for the backup Garoppolo. Looking deep for Adams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Keep getting those touchdowns.
This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. 20.
53 is the mic.
All day, baby, all day.
Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick 6. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Garoppolo just 1 for 5 since coming on, but that one gets him a 1st and 10 here. There's Garoppolo to throw. And left side here, it's Graham. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Zach Brown making his presence felt in the backfield.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
380. Mike Spopo.
Oh, you got deep?
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check.
Touch 50. Right.
Fournette running right. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
I got him.
Friday.
They'll run it again with Fournette. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Stay at home. 24 is the mark.
Now it's Wilson. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. This from 54 yards away, and his kick is absolutely perfect. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Let's go, defense.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here we go.
The Packers on 3rd down.
21,
a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the trainers take a look, will step aside. So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 45 yards.
First down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Hey, echo. You got tight. You got tight right there.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Garoppolo now. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught at the 1. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline.
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Man left. Touch 50, touch 50. We got 4. Kill.
On 1st down, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Jackson. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Check. Lucky. Let's go. 4 down.
Fournette running out of the gun. Blake Martinez, the NFC's leading tackler a year ago, in on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
24 is the mark.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain of 32 that time. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And he's going to take this down to about the 17. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
From the 17, Wilson, and he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is caught by Jackson. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go. Let's do it.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles continue to roll.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Check 53. 3 bud, 3 bud, 3 bud.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
It's now 3rd down.
Check 53's Mike. Check 53's Mike. Too little, Captain.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nigel Bradham in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
3 down.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And Adams has it complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Garoppolo now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. One final try now for Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Eagles, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.